Hello and welcome to PE turned RE. Today I'm here with Kent. Kent just bought his first property in Shelton, Washington. Kent, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I've been wanting to get into real estate for almost a year. Well, actually, like 8 years. Joined the Tacoma FI group where I met you probably like almost a year ago. And doing that was like the best thing I ever did. Like it just catapulted me to get into a position to where I could finally get my first property a lot quicker than if I was trying to do it on my own.
Good. So some people may not know where Shelton, Washington is because it is kind of Timbuktu. But can you tell us kind of what is the appeal of this market?
So this market, the appeal of it is rents are generally probably going to be a little cheaper than being directly in a big city. Shelton's a pretty small city. It's an old mill town. But 15, 20 minutes, you're in Olympia. You know, and the mill is still here. So you got two sources there for good tenants with good jobs.
Love it. And so with buying a multifamily property, you must be like a CEO or some finance guy that makes a lot of money every year. Is that true?
No, not even close. I'm actually a touring musician. So if anybody knows anything about the music world, you know that musicians do not make a lot.
Okay, so if you don't make a lot, how were you able to fund this deal?
So it's going to be an owner occupied. So I'm actually going to live in one of the units. So being able to do that makes it so I only had to put 5% down.
Okay.
Instead of the typical like 20% down, you know, if it was an investment property, right?
Yeah. So just give the people just a little bit glimpse. You don't have to go super specific, but kind of what does a 5% down look like? What do the people out there have to save?
So, I mean, it depends on your market, depends on how much your properties are going for. So, you know, let's say the property is 400,000, you know, that's kind of low in this market, that's real low. You got to save 5% of that plus 6 months of whatever the reserves are to cover the mortgage. You got to be able to cover the mortgage for 6 months, and you have to be able to show all of that.
Yeah, the reserves are where people often get a big letdown. They're like, okay, I got the down payment saved, and they're like, oh, shoot.
That was me.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about how you funded the deal, but how did you find this? Did you go knock doors? Did you send mailers? Did you have to put a lot into the marketing?
No. This was just on the MLS. It had been listed for a long time. I actually saw it, I think, like back in October. It popped up, but then I think it went off market for a little bit. Somebody was interested in it, and I think it went pending or something. So I just assumed, oh, it's gone. And then I had left, I went on a tour, and then I came back, it was back on the market. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go check it out because the price intrigued me for a triplex, you know? So yeah, that's how I found it. It was just on the market, and yeah.
Good. And so we all know that real estate is not an individual sport, it's a team sport. So who all helped you through start to closing the deal?
You.
Okay, well, besides me.
Well, no, I had you. I had Dion. Dion helped me a ton. And then, you know, my parents helped a lot because for me, while I have a great credit score, you know, my credit score was over 750. While that's great, my debt to income ratio was not great because I don't make a lot with the band. Even though I had the right amount saved, I couldn't get approved for enough to get this place. My parents were generous enough to co-sign. That made it so I could then get the loan and get this place.
Nice. Okay. So now, once you move in here, what will your portion of the rent be?
0.
Wait. Say that again?
I won't have to pay rent here.
You won't have to pay rent here. Okay.
No.
So I know you used to live in Bremerton, correct?
Olympia.
Olympia.
Yeah.
So what did you pay there?
So there, our rent was $1,800 a month. That was all utilities included. Here, with the 2-bed, 1-bath units rented out, that covers the mortgage payment. That leaves this studio open. Now we could just say that let's say that's rented out, right? And I'm not living there. That's open. That's free cash flow to me.
Got you.
And then you got the RV pad in the back. It's more free cash flow.
Okay. So speaking of cash flow, while you live here, you're gonna live for free. Which if anyone that watches my channel knows, I love to live for free. So once you move out of here, because I know that's kind of the ultimate goal is no one wants to house hack forever unless you're me. Then what will the cash flow look like?
So at that point, the cash flow, like I said, these 2 units, the 2-bed, 1-bath units, are going to cover the mortgage and all that stuff. So the studio, I'm thinking should be able to get about $950 right now. I generally go a little bit lower than what the market is to get someone in there. And then I got the RV pad in the back. Should be able to do $650, $700 in that area.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an awesome cash on cash return there, man.
Yes. Very much.
So let's go check out the 2 units that are currently open, and you'll kind of show us around.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you. All right, we're here with Kent. We're about to go see the first unit. All right, Kent, so this is very blue.
Yes, a lot of blue. Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about this unit?
Yeah, so this unit is a 2-bed, 1.5 bath. This was the one that was not supposed to be vacant. They bailed like 2 days before closing. So really for me, like my cousin said, it's all about putting the lipstick on the pig, trying to get it looking good, get it functioning as it should, so somebody can get in here and we can get the mortgage covered.
Nice. It's almost a blessing in disguise that they left, because if they just break their lease, you probably don't want them as a tenant anyways.
Right. And they said something about, somebody said they were gonna have to pay $1,000 incentive fee to live here. I never talked to them, so I don't know where that came from. They said they couldn't afford it, and that's why they left. So might as well get somebody in here that I screen, that I know is probably good.
Good. And from our talk before, you already found a person in.
Yes. So somebody's moving in like a week.
So a lot of work to do. All right, so let's see what they're going to be moving into.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, this is the living area. Just replaced this light here with an LED to kind of brighten it up because it's a little dark in here. And then in here's the kitchen. I replaced these 2 lights as well, so that they're LED, brighten it up, make it look a lot better. We also cleaned all the windows in the place. That actually surprisingly let in a ton of light. These windows were filthy. They had paint overspray on them. So that's like kind of a little tip. Like if you clean windows in a place, it brightens it up. It was made such a huge difference. It was crazy.
The natural light.
Just the natural light, yeah.
Natural light. And you changed the cabinets too.
I did. Well, it's the same cabinets, but we painted them. So the cabinets in here originally were like this kind of lime green color. When I saw the property on the MLS, and even when I walked in here, that was the biggest eyesore to me of the whole place. It looked terrible. So we painted it, tried to make it look a little better. I'm doing some conditioning work on the butcher block countertops to get some life back into them. They were pretty dried out, so doing that. Yeah.
Lime green and blue. They must have been some Seahawks fans or something.
Yeah, maybe that's what I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's go see the rest.
Yeah. So in here, this is the bathroom. It's a massive doorway, as you can see. So this is the bathroom. Just did some caulking down around the base there to help protect the floors a little more. The flooring throughout the whole place is going to need to be redone at some point. There's just weird stuff like this right here. I mean, that's just overlapping. So I don't know. Whoever did this, I hope they don't think they did a good job, because they did not.
So the bathroom is very bright. One thing I did notice is there's no fan.
Yes, so that's another thing. Okay. In all the units here, except the studio, none of the bathrooms have exhaust fans in them, which is terrible for moisture, smell. Like, it's just a terrible thing. So I am going to be putting exhaust fans in. It's on my massive to-do list. Nice.
Okay, sweet. Let's move on.
So this is the half bath or bathroom, right? So it's toilet and a sink. Kind of weird that they're right next to each other. To me, I think this would make a really good laundry room. I feel like that would make a lot of sense. There was also talk about potentially putting a door here to be a bathroom for the master bedroom. But I don't know, I get a feeling that a laundry room would be a lot better.
Yeah, people really like the laundry.
Yeah.
And like I was telling you, you may not even have to open the wall. You could just go with the 2-in-1 washer dryer.
Yeah. So, and people don't want to go to the laundromat if they don't have to. So if we can make in-unit laundry for them, I think they're going to dig that.
Great. All right, let's check out the next room.
Yep, so this is the master bedroom. Probably going to have to replace this light. It's pretty dull. It's a decent size. It's got 2 closets, 2 good-sized closets. The flooring in here is all right, but probably still gonna have to replace it just so it matches everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, this room was actually pretty solid.
Nice.
Not a lot need to be done.
And the nice part is when you go LED, then you don't have to worry about the tenants trying to get onto a ladder or a chair to reach the light bulb.
Or what my cousin told me is if you get a tenant that, you know, maybe you have a bad relationship with, they don't like you, when they move out, they take all the light bulbs.
I have never had that, but that's a good tip. That is a good tip to have.
Yep.
All right, let's go check out the rest.
Yeah. All right, so we saw this. We saw the kitchen.
Let's check out the other bedroom.
The other bedroom, yeah. So this bedroom here, it's a little small. It could be like if they had a kid or something. The guys that were in here before, they had actually like a bunk bed in here.
Okay.
Or say one person lives here. This could be an office.
Oh yes, I know work from home is huge nowadays.
Yes. I think this would actually be a better office than a bedroom, but it's not for me to decide.
Not for you to decide. All right, let's check out what I think is the best part of the unit.
Yeah, this is the selling point. We've got a nice deck. You can have barbecue on, you know, have a little cookout, have family over. You have a decent view.
Let's talk about the view.
Oh,
Let's talk about the view. What is that?
That actually looks a lot better than it did, believe it or not.
Okay.
So when I first saw this property, as I told you before, none of this was even in the listing. So when I came here and I saw this backyard, I was like, wait, is this part of the property or is this somebody else's property? Because this is awesome. But this is why it actually sat on the MLS for a long time, I think, because there was somebody living in a fifth wheel. They also had another trailer over there that just, it looked like a rolling meth lab of a trailer. I don't know what else to say.
Rolling meth. Nice.
If I remember right, it was like, had a bunch of rats, like, you know, and they trashed this place. Their son was living in a tent back here in January with an oil burning heater. Like,
wow.
It was a lot.
Big fire hazard. Holy
yes. Yeah, so it was a lot of trash. So I bought the place contingent upon them being essentially served papers saying they have to leave. And so they did. They are still making runs coming and getting this stuff. I've seen them come and, you know, as they can get stuff out. So
now you say they did. Was it on time?
No, it was not. It was not. They were supposed to be out before I closed, and they were not.
Okay.
But
so how does a new landlord that's never managed any tenants before handle, oh shoot, these people are supposed to be gone, but they're not?
For me, it was, let's see what they do. Okay. It was, you know, I closed on the 28th. They needed almost a week to get out. They said, hey, we'll be out Wednesday. We have a place to go.
That's good.
But it was a fifth wheel and they drive a Ford Ranger. You're not moving a fifth wheel with a Ford Ranger. So they needed somebody with a truck with a fifth wheel attachment to come move it, and that's what they were waiting on.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. You know, if Wednesday, Thursday rolls around, they're not out of here, I'll go check in with them, see what's up. If it looks like they're thinking about staying, then we're gonna have a conversation, and it could turn into me just towing the fifth wheel for them and leaving it in the Walmart parking lot. Like, I'm not gonna mess around. I worked too long and too hard to be able to get a place to have somebody like do something like that.
But it seems like you went with the people first approach and kind of just communicating and let them problem solve it.
Give them the benefit of the doubt. They said they had somewhere to go. They said they signed a lease somewhere, so they want to get out.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I'm sure there'll be some stuff left behind, but nothing that a dump run can't fix.
Love it.
A dump run or two, like, this is going to look a lot better.
Love it. All right, so that was Kent's 2-bed, 1-bath. We're about to go check out the studio next. All right, we're back with Kent. We're going to see the studio where you're going to be house hacking, correct?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Let's go check it. All right.
So I haven't got to this one yet as far as cleaning and maintenance. So this one still needs some stuff done. It's little stuff though that'll make it look a lot better.
Okay, yeah, that's what I always say too, is whichever unit you're gonna house hack, make that the last one to touch up.
Yeah, I can do it while I live here.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
the pro. All right, so tell us what's going on over here.
So this unit was added on in, I believe, about 2019. So it's really not that old. So it's got newer cabinets. You know, newer sink, newer appliances. All the plumbing and electrical in this entire property was updated in 2019. So, you know, you don't have the knob and tube wiring that you have to worry about. All the plumbing was updated to PEX, which is like supposed to be the best and the greatest. So, yeah, you know, there's not a lot to worry about as far as that stuff goes, which is awesome. Butcher block countertops again, just like the other units. Like I said, it's a studio, so there's, you know, there's not a lot here.
Nice.
Not a ton to check out. They put a full-size fridge in though, which I was kind of like, wow, that takes up some real estate.
Oh yeah, not the best space saver right there.
No.
Just enough room to open and close in the oven.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, tell us what's going on in the bathroom.
So the bathroom, I've done a little bit of work in here, but it's still a lot more. I have a dehumidifier going right now because I need to recaulk the shower. So I'm just pulling any bit of moisture out of this room, you know, any bit that I can, just so when I do the caulking, we're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's not a lot. I mean, it's just, you know, typical standard.
For the
bathroom.
viewers that may not have owned property before, why is it important to recaulk the shower?
You're really saving your floors, right? That's what it is for me. It's protecting your investment. You know, it's water damage is not a cool thing. So water running out of there, damaging drywall, damaging floors, that gets expensive. So I'm just going over it, recaulking it. Almost every bathroom in this place needed this done. I still have to, the people that are in the unit now that were here when I bought the place, theirs needs to be done as well.
Okay.
So for some reason, it's just, I'm doing it to every unit.
Smart, yeah. Protecting the assets that you've worked hard to get. I like it. And so once you move out of this studio, what do you think it will rent for?
I think I should be able to get about $950 for it. Like, that's what I would, if I was going to put it up now, I would put it at like $950.
For $950.
Because, I mean, there's studios in the area that are renting for $1,200. This one's a little bit smaller, but, I mean, you know, it's got some outside features that are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think $950, you know, in a couple of years, who knows what inflation's going to do, that could go up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Use inflation to make us rich, right?
Yeah.
I love it. All right. So that was Kent's property tour. Kent, I'm really excited for what you do next, man.
Thank you, man.